afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video for January 22nd, 2016. It's about 6 minutes before the bell. Today was all about just a reaction to the big old candle reversal yesterday, but on the other hand, getting up to resistance. So what you do is you try to figure what made the market reverse yesterday, and has those conditions changed. This is what I want to show you today. We have the transports at least up 80. So that's a good sign right there to see the transports up 80. They were down on the opening with UAL indicated a lot lower, in UMP, one of the railroad stocks and a component of the transports, looking lower. Check out the 2-minute of UAL, and it was much lower than this in the pre-market, and then it just rallied like a champ up, rallied at least 2 points. So that helped the transports. The Russell, on the other hand, did this of having the reversal yesterday, which helped bring back the market. I'm only showing you here on Wednesday so you can get an idea what I'm talking about. And then just sort of I wouldn't say crashing because it's down, but it's really just consolidating. You can't tell yet if this is going to have another leg up or it's going to roll down. Like I've said many times, that I think that the Russell has fulfilled some of its downside objectives, and you should be looking for some stocks within the Russell, which is what we've been talking about on the premium side a lot. Other thing that's been incredibly disappointing today is the bank stocks. Is Goldman Sachs almost on its low for the entire week after okay earnings, and it just can't get out of its own way. The BKX now, as you see on here, is now testing its lows for the week also, right in this area. And look at this on the left, just complete carnage for weeks, for a month. The other thing I want to show you in here is what happens when people want to play bounces. Today they're buying the oil stocks. Here's oil. As you see, it's had a nice bounce. And what we were discussing on the premium side was this. You wait for the little inverse head and shoulders. We call it the Stewie pattern because when I highlighted here, it looks like Stewie. Sorry about that if you don't like Family Guy, but that's what it looks like. As you see on here, once it broke right here, now detach these and look at some of the highly oversold stocks within the oil patch. Check out Carrizo Oil. This stock looked yesterday like it was going under or something, down to 1610, is 22. It's rallied 6 points from its low. Now, how would you have timed that today? Well, this is how you do it. Stock already had started to reverse yesterday. Look at this break right there in the oil right here. You could have still hopped on for 3 or 4 more points. That's the toughest thing for a trader, is to go in here like this and to go in and say, I'm buying down here, I'm taking a stand. Look what you could have done. Use the 49 EMA on a 5-minute. You don't think that's powerful? Watch this. We're going to take off every study here except the 49 EMA. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Look at that. Now, I'm not saying it works every single time, but it definitely keeps you out of trouble of trying to be a hero down here. Like I said, it worked this time unbelievably. In fact, if you bought it in any of these areas right here, there's no place to sell it until it breaks under it. Unbelievable how that worked. Those are the type of things we talk about on the Simpler Stocks premium side. Let me reset this. What do I think now? Now you got a real tough thing here in the overall market. And let's go over this so you know what I'm talking about. You have on the one side that the ESs have not fulfilled any kind of expectation. You now have that they're trying to do a weekly doji, but don't put too much stock in that, no pun intended, until tomorrow is over, because some big move tomorrow will make this not a doji anymore. But what you see on here on a weekly and a daily is that really the ESs just rallied from an oversold condition and are right back to where they broke down. On top of that, it's starting to work off its oversold condition, at least on a daily, not on a weekly. So if this doesn't hold here, you could see another rollover and see a sharp sell-off in here. On the other hand, and let me show you what I mean by this, is here's the daily like you see on the right, now on the left, put up a 78-minute. And this is when it gets tough for a trader. Do you say that it's just was a little blip, just a little short squeeze, and then we're going to roll over? Or are you going to try to say that this is some kind of inverse head and shoulders right here, and if it breaks here, it could go at least another 30 points up? You just can't tell yet. What I do think is when something hasn't fulfilled its expectations, you have to respect the little resistance areas. Rallied right here, that support becomes resistance. That's right where it is. Always respect those. So if it can't get over that, you have to think we're going to roll over. Big deal tomorrow on this. The other thing I do in here is I'll take all of them. I'll take the TFs on the left, and I'll put this on a 78-minute when I'm confused, and I'll unlink them, and I'll put the, let's say, the NQs on the right, because all three of them had similar charts, as you see in here. So whatever happens on these, tomorrow, they're probably going to move as a group. Don't forget the Russell has been the weakest of the group, and now is trying to have a bounce. But as you see, the NASDAQ couldn't get out of its own way. On the other hand, you have to try to draw trend lines when you can. And if it doesn't hold here, it could go a lot lower, at least to test the low from Wednesday. So I hope this helps. Like we have a $7 trial for 30 days. We've had literally 1,000 people sign up for it, which is very exciting. If you get a chance, try to sign up for it. We have an hour and a half of an open chat room before the opening. I talk for about an hour of that. The rest you can jockey ideas back and forth. And you also get the forum, which has been incredibly active. That 24 hours a day you can post ideas or questions. I'll respond. Everybody knows I usually respond within an hour. So I hope this helps. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Take care.